Hi, welcome. In this session, I will discuss about Oracle database transactions. I'm going to discuss complete discussion on Oracle PL SQL database transactions. So let's start. So about this session, I am going to discuss point wise. Number one is what is a transaction in Oracle. Number two, what are different types of transactions. Number 3, what is a commit statement. Number 4, what happens after commit. Number 5, what is rollback statement. Number 6, what happens after rollback. Number 7, what is save point. Number 8, what happens after save point. So I'm going to discuss all these points and in detail for Oracle database transactions. So before that, I just want to introduce about myself. My name is Robin and I have total of 17 years of experiences working with different Oracle technologies like Oracle SQL, Oracle PL/SQL programming, Oracle Forms and Reports development, Oracle database administration, Oracle performance tuning, and also Unix shell programming and scripting. So I was in I was working with various multiple organizations in multiple positions during my 17 years of career, and currently I am a senior Oracle consultant as well as technical and corporate trainer and interviewer. So I have been teaching corporate employees as well as candidates as well as new joiners for different Oracle and Unix technologies, as I said. And also I have been taking interviews for recruiting pupils in various MNC companies. So that's about me, and now I am going to start this today's session. Now I am going to discuss about complete Oracle database transactions. So first one is, what is a transaction in Oracle? A transaction in Oracle is a series of SQL data manipulation statements that works together as a logical unit. A transaction is an atomic unit by which all changes made to the database either be committed or rolled back. Okay. So transaction is a series of SQL data manipulation statement which actually works together as a logical unit, and it's a atomic unit by which all the changes either be committed or rolled back. So this is called a transaction in Oracle. So next point is, what are different types of transactions? So there are three different types of transactions which can be performed in Oracle database. First one is commit, second is rollback, and third one is save point. So these three types of transactions we can perform in Oracle database. Number 3, what is a commit statement? Whenever any DML operations, what are the DML operations? Insert, update, or delete. So these are called DML operations. So whenever any DML operations are performed, then the data gets manipulated in the database buffer, okay, and not to the database. So whenever we perform any DML operations like insert, update, or delete, the actual operations are to be performed in the database buffer and not to the database. In order to store or save data in the database, we have to commit these transactions, and hence we issue a commit statement. So we issue a commit statement to make the changes permanently to the database. Okay, so what is the syntax of commit statement? Just in the SQL prompt we have to write commit and semicolon. Next is what happens after commit. So after commit statement is issued and executed, there are three impact on the database happens. Number one is it releases all the affected rows. Number two is the transaction marked as completed. And finally, number three is the detail of the transaction will be stored in the data dictionary tables. Fine. Next is what is rollback statement. So what is rollback statement? So in order to undo or erase the changes made on the database or data by DML operations, we have to issue a rollback statement. So whenever we want to undo or erase the changes whatever we already made on the data by any DML operations like insert, update or delete, so we have to issue a rollback statement to get back to the previous state of the database. Okay, fine. So what is how we can issue a rollback statement? In SQL prompt we have to write rollback and semicolon. So this is the syntax of rollback statement. So next is what happens after rollback. So what is the impact after rollback happens on the database? So rollback statement erases all the changes in the current transaction. Whenever we issue a rollback statement, it actually erases or undo all the changes in the current transaction and since the last commit has issued. Okay, next, what is SAVEPOINT? A SAVEPOINT is a marker or point to the current transaction. Okay, so in PL/SQL block there are multiple statements. Okay, PL/SQL statement and SQL statement together. Okay, so in the transaction, in any block of transaction, whenever we issue a SAVEPOINT, it basically marks or point to the current transaction and it has always a name. Okay, so how to issue a SAVEPOINT? So after SQL prompt you have to write SAVEPOINT and then SAVEPOINT name, and let's say SAVEPOINT name is S1, so we have to write SAVEPOINT S1. Next, what happens after SAVEPOINT? So whenever we issue a SAVEPOINT command, what happens, what changes made to the transaction? Let's see. When we call it, all the changes before this point or before this marker will be preserved or keep in. Okay, and all changes after this point or markup will be undone or roll back. So whenever we issue a SAVEPOINT in the current transaction, all the transactions, whatever all the statement we have issued before the SAVEPOINT, those are be preserved or keep in. Okay, and after the SAVEPOINT, whatever the part of the transaction or part of the statement will be rolled back. Okay, so the command is in SQL prompt you have to write rollback to SAVEPOINT and then SAVEPOINT name, so S1. Okay, so thank you for watching this video, and let's we see some practical example on the Oracle database transactional statements. Okay, so I am going to SQL So now I am connected with Oracle database using SQL prompt. So I have a table, emp table, select star from emp, so we have 17 rows in the table emp. Okay, so now what we will do is we'll write a block of code where we use before that we use commit statement. Okay, let's see whatever the commit statement works actually. Okay, so I will just update. I have two session opened. Okay, this is another session and this is my first session. So I'll update this name Albert to Mark. Okay, so just I will issue a command update emp set ename equal Mark, where empno equal to 8500. So we have to issue a command, update command, to update the employee name. I want to update the employee name Albert to Mark. Okay, so we have no employee with the name Mark, right? So update emp set ename equal to Mark, where empno equal to 8500. So whenever I execute this command, it is saying one row updated. But in another if I just select, if I issue a select statement, then so we can see that Albert is updated with Mark. Okay, so let's go to the another session. If I just select star from emp, let's see. So here I can see the old value is there. Okay, so name is not getting updated. So actually this name is really not updated in the database. So when we issue a commit statement, only then this change will permanently happened on the database table. Okay, so if I just issue commit here, let's see what happens after that. So if I issue a commit, so we can see the same as before here, and in this session if I run the same statement, now we can see Mark is, so Albert is replaced with Mark, so it is getting updated permanently in the database. Okay, so this is the practical example of commit statement. I think you have understood it well. Okay, so similarly if I use the rollback statement, let's see what happens. So I will update the same ename with Albert again. Okay, so update emp set ename equal to Albert, where empno equal to 8500. So this time I'll see how rollback works. So I am updating the emp number 8500 ename as Albert. Okay, so now it is showing one row updated. So if I use the same select statement again, so I can see the ename has already updated. Okay, so previously it was Mark and now it is Albert. Okay, so here I can see the changes made in the database. But if I go to the my second session, if I just run the select star from emp, what I can see, I can see the changes is not showing here. Okay, so because the changes is not updated or not actually happened in the database. Okay, so I already have made changes permanently in the database in previous commit statement. When we see the commit statement, work of commit statement, now what I want is in the rollback statement, what it does, it is erases or undone the changes. So now what I'll do is I'll issue a rollback statement now. Okay, so previously the ename or employee name was Mark and I was updated it to Albert and it is showing here. If I issue a rollback statement, now it is showing rollback completed. Okay, rollback complete. So if I select again from emp table, so see here it is rolled back or it is undo the changes. Okay, what is the previous ename was. Okay, so this is the work of rollback statement. And if I go to the second session also, I can see the same, that is Mark. Okay, so this is the practical example of rollback, how it works. Okay, so I think you have understood it well. Now coming to the save point. So to see the how save point works, I have to write a PL SQL block here, because it is it defines inside the PL SQL block. So just I am writing here declare and then begin. So this time I'll insert a record in the emp table. Okay, so insert into emp values. So this time I'll make it 9600 and employee number is 9600, and this time there is no Albert. Okay, with name Albert, so I'll insert one record for Albert, and next is job. Let's see, it is he is analyst, and next one is manager 7839. This is the ID of King, and next is hire date. Let's today's date 4th June 2022, and next is salary 4500, and next is commission, let's say 10, and next is department. Okay, so I am inserting one record in the table, emp table. So insert into emp. I have to give values 9600. This ID is not there. Albert employee name is not there, and analyst, and this is manager ID, and hire date is this, and salary is this, and commission, and the department number is this. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll mark here a save point. So save point s1, the save point name is s1. I just keep the save point name as s1. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll update the statement. I will issue a update statement, update emp set. Let's say I want to update one record here. This is word 7521 of emp ID 7521. Set ename equal to word. Okay, this is word. I want to update it. to WRD, where EMPNO equal, what is the EMPNO? 7521. Okay, so I am issuing first insert statement here. I am inserting a record here, and then I have mark a save point here, and then I am going to update the one employee record. Okay, now I will issue a rollback. Okay, rollback. So whenever I issue rollback, this time I'll issue the rollback statement to like this: rollback to save point. This is S1, save point is S1. Okay, so this time I am I am rolling back to save point S1. Okay, so I am issuing the command rollback to save point S1. Fine. Now I am just in the program, and I'll just run the program, and it is showing PL SQL procedure successfully completed. Okay, so what it basically will do, this statement first insert a record with 9600 employee ID, then it will update this statement. Okay, which is word to word, and then whenever I issue a rollback to save point S1, then it will control will back to the S1, save point S1, and it will undone all the changes after the save point S1 whatever I have written. Okay, and it will reserve the changes which I have made before the save point. Okay, so let's see whatever the output is. So the output is, if I just write select star from EMP, you can see word is not getting changed. Okay, but one insert statement is happened here, one record have been inserted. Okay, so what I said, whenever I issue a rollback to save point S1, whatever the statement before the save point, that will be keep in or preserved. So the insert statement happened, one record has been inserted with the Albert EMP name Albert, and after the rollback the changes were undone. Okay, or it was not changed. Okay, so the word 7521 is not changed the e name with word. Okay, so this is the work of rollback to save point or save point. Okay, so this is the way how save point works. So actually I have to make a commit statement now to make it permanently change to the database. Okay, because if I see here, if I just select star from EMP, I cannot see the inserted record here. Okay, see here I cannot see the inserted record, where I can see here. Okay, so to make the changes in the permanently in the database, I have to write a commit statement here. Okay, so if I issue a commit statement, now I can see in my second session all the changes are all the insert statement or whatever the changes permanently happened on the database, I can see here. Okay, so this is the work of save point statement in Oracle PL SQL or SQL. Okay, so that's all for this today's session. I think you have understood well how works, what is commit statement, was it rollback statement, what is save point statement, and how they works in practically I have shown you how they works. Okay, so that's all for this session now, and thank you for watching the complete video. And if you like this video, if this video was helpful for your learning, and if this video have added some value to your learning, just give a like to this video, and also subscribe my channel so that you can get the notification for my next video, and also share this video with your friends, colleagues, and to them who you know, so that they can also learn from my channel. There are various videos I have already uploaded, starting from SQL, Oracle SQL, then Oracle PL SQL programming, Oracle database architecture and design, Oracle database administration, Oracle performance tuning, Oracle forms and reports development, and also Unix shell scripting. Okay, so just share my channel name or the video link, so that they can also learn from my channel rksoftacademy, and they can make their skill also. Okay, and if you want to join my any of the training, I am providing all these trainings on Oracle and Oracle and Unix, like Oracle SQL, Oracle PL SQL programming, Oracle forms and reports development, Oracle database architecture and design, Oracle performance tuning, Oracle database administration, and also Unix shell programming and scripting. So if you want to join my online training session, you can just contact me. Whatever the contact information is there in the description section of each video. You can just WhatsApp me in that number or email me in that email ID for further queries about the session start date and what are the details about the course or session you want to join. Okay, so that's all for today's session, and thank you very much for watching, and bye.